What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Modern Day Trader. Welcome back to my weekly review after a short break last week. And yeah, let's jump straight into it. 3 trades for me taken this week, 3 losses. Let's look at these losses. 2 shorts on pound JPY, 1 short on USD ZAR. And just looking at GBPJPY already, I think from a glance, you can see the 4-hour is not the cleanest. This should have been my first indicator. But I think there was a combination of taking low quality setups, as well as I think just not being conscious of the trading conditions that I was in. These are not my trading conditions. I don't generally do well when the market is sideways like this. But nonetheless, I took 2 positions. As you can see, prices on this range coming down from this 4-hour POI. I was targeting this 4-hour equal low, coming down into the 30-minute. The first position I took was, well, both of these were short, but first was lower down. The short was actually invalid when I was looking at it in hindsight. For this to have been valid, 1, we would have needed a break below these lows here for new structure to be formed, and 2, I would have had to take it from the most extreme point, which was not this point here. It was actually all the way up here. So already the plotting of my actual POI was just off for this first position. Almost got to break even though, but not quite, and then we got stopped out. And then something else I just noticed in hindsight as well was just the position at which I took this trade. Took it basically at this point here, but just looking at what came before that, we had wicked from these lows here, and if I look back, there was 1, 2, 3 other instances where we rejected from this level, and then at least the day after pushed up very aggressively like we did there. So yeah, I think had I been conscious of that, I probably wouldn't have tried to force the position as much as I did. But we did, and we moved. And the second position was also a short. Price came up into the 4-hour POI. I like that it ran these highs here. Still not in the best conditions. We were still trapped within this range. But dropping down to the 30-minute, what I did like is we got the shift of structure here. We started, and then we mitigated the POI quite correctively on the 15-minute. Waited for a couple of rejections, got that, moved in my direction initially, but yeah, ultimately stopped me out for another loss. And I think just looking at the daily here, yeah, not much. I think just the fact that we had multiple rejections in this area, and the day before was quite impulsive leading up into that POI. So not as clear, I think, as the previous trade in terms of maybe sort of daily signals indicating that we were going to head counter to the position I was looking to take. But yeah, that one met the plan, but unfortunately just didn't play out. Then coming to USD ZAR, if you're on the live, you would have seen how I was looking to take this pair, and I took it exactly as I had broken it down. Just unfortunate that it didn't play out. But yeah, just looking at this, it came down into that 4-hour POI that I was looking for. Came down into that 4-hour POI. I like this first wick that we formed, and then just dropping down to the 20-minute where we had the POI, we formed that, and then corrected nicely pretty much the entire Asian session. And then early London, we got what I consider a double confirmation. That's when we get a mitigation of the POI, and then we form another POI, and then when we mitigate that POI, I wait for entry confirmation, which I did just with this 1 candlestick rejection, and then took the position long. This didn't play out, eventually just stopped me out. And yeah, I think just this pair went on to, like you can see, just break structure to the downside. So something again that I picked up on the daily was we were looking for shorts, I guess, from this region here. This large wick should have been the first indication that we are probably rejecting this area. We then had a couple of days of low momentum, and then one candlestick that pretty much engulfed the previous 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because we closed below previous 6 candlesticks, and that was the day before I took the entry. So again, another indicator that we may not be playing out to the upside. This looks like it's wanting to come lower. But again, saw that in hindsight. It made the plan though, in terms of the criteria I looked for. And yeah, executed on. So those were the 3 positions that I took this week. You can see those here. So minus 3R for the week. My risk has bumped up a bit to 0.5, so that's 1.5% drawdown for the week. We're nearing the end of April, so if I just look at the performance for April, it's not looking great. But yeah, just to show you guys, it's about minus 9.5% down, the strike rate of 12.5%. That is shocking. Based on the risk I take though, I'm only down 3.1%, my drawdown for the month. So sounds a bit better, but just looking at the strike rate, still definitely not where it needs to be. Jumping to the account metrics, you guys can see same account. Don't know what the story is with this consistency score. That's lying to me. It's selling me dreams. But yeah, you can see these 3 trades. These are the trades that I took this week. Equity sitting at $9,471 from a starting balance of $10,000, down about 5.28%. So yeah, we've reached that 50%, I think, drawdown on the account. Not great. And one thing I almost did, which I kind of caught myself this weekend doing, was starting to panic. It does happen. Seeing the last 8 trades I took, you guys just saw them. 7 of those losses, 1 break even, 12.5% strike rate. And really, it's only the break even trade that's doing that for me. And I got into a mode where I was just trying to search for what's going wrong, what's happening, and what do I need to change, because at this rate, I'm going to lose the account. And as you guys know, in a recent video that I released, at the end of every 20 trades, I look for what went right, what went wrong, and how I can adjust going forward. I did that. There's some new things that I'm implementing into my plan now. Some things that I'm a bit uncomfortable with technically because it's new, but getting the grips for it, getting some good data coming out of that, but haven't yet been able to see that reflect in my results. But I think the last thing I need to be doing right now is panicking, because if I panic now and, start changing my plan and not see this 20 trade set through, then at the end of this 20 set, I'm not going to get an accurate reflection of how this plan actually played out, because I'm not giving it, I wouldn't have given it time to play out. So while I think it's just an automatic response to try fix what's going wrong, panic and, just get into that state because I can see that things aren't going well. In the same breath, I think there's an element of discipline that kind of just needs to be adhered to right now. It's something I was chatting to Marcy about earlier in an episode that will be released, then at the end of this week. But I just need to trade the plan. I need to stay consistent in that regard. And if I do that, I will build a data set that accurately reflects this trading plan, and then I can look at and then pick apart and implement the changes needed to then get better. If it's the worst trading plan that I've curated, then I'll see that at the end of the 20 set. But I can't really judge it yet from 3 trades that I've taken, at least in this 20 set. So yeah, big mistake that I almost made. But I think that's why doing this weekly, my ASR weekly, which is, one of my trading processes that I discussed at the beginning of this corner, is so crucial, because it kind of balances me out after a very not emotional, but, a week where, self-esteem was low and, I was kind of kicking myself for, this month's results. It kind of just grounded me in that I just kind of need to stick to the plan, let it play out, and can't judge it yet based on 3 trades. So we keep moving forward. It's not, great. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's pretty shit, but it is what it is. And a disciplined trader is a profitable trader. So that is all for this week. Don't forget, guys, consistency is the choice you make when you start doing the things you should be doing day in and day out.